How many of you, with a show of hands, take Dr. Ohhira's probiotics? Dr. Pelton raises his hand. One of the great scientists investigating the terrain of the intestine, Dr. Ross Pelton, not only a pharmacist, has a PhD degree, also a certified clinical nutritionist. So you can see he's got more degrees than a thermometer. And he's studied, he's really an expert in pre, pro, and postbiotics. What is that? Dr. Pelton, welcome and thank you for joining us.
Hi, Doug. Great to be with you. I know the cause. Right, I'm really a pioneer in trying to educate people around the world how the human gut microbiome really works. We've known about probiotics for a long, long time. And if you don't feed your probiotic bacteria well, they're not going to thrive and survive. So prebiotics are the foods that the probiotic bacteria require in order for them to thrive. And then what we're really learning is that the job of your probiotic bacteria is to convert components in your food into these compounds we call postbiotic metabolites. It turns out that these postbiotic metabolites have a wide range of health regulating activity in your body, especially your immune system. So it's not so much the probiotic bacteria, but it's the compounds the probiotic bacteria create, these postbiotic metabolites that are master health regulating compounds for the whole body.
So after, you're saying that after you swallow these, there's benefits left behind that assist your body in performing better.
You bet. So,
wow.
And one thing I like to bring up is that Hippocrates is credited with being the father of medicine. 2,000 years ago, he made the statement, all disease begins in the gut. I need to edit his statement just a little bit. It's all chronic, age-related diseases begin in the gut. There's a difference between chronic diseases and acute diseases. If you step on a rusty nail and get tetanus, that's not due to a bad gut.
Right.
Or if you inhale smoke, or you get exposed to Agent Orange when you're in Vietnam, that's not due to a bad gut. But all of these chronic age-related diseases have now all been connected to gut problems. So all these age-related diseases do begin in the gut. So I wrote a paper, Doug, titled The Microbiome Theory of Aging, which is published in a peer-reviewed medical journal. And this takes people through all the steps and the mechanisms that happen when you don't have a healthy gut. A healthy gut should have about 85 to 90% good, friendly, beneficial probiotic bacteria, and only 10 to 15% potentially bad bacteria. But bad bacteria aren't bad unless they increase in numbers. And the reason bad bacteria are bad, they have metabolic processes that secrete things that are very harmful to the body. So you want to keep them in low numbers. It just turns out there's many things that contribute to creating a bacterial imbalance. Antibiotics, bad diets, environmental toxins, stress, and so on. So it's really critical that people learn how to create and maintain a healthy gut microbiome. On this slide, we're talking about fermentation, Doug. Fermentation is critical for life forms, and over here I'm showing in the human gastrointestinal tract in the colon, that's where your probiotic bacteria ferment the products in your food to create these postbiotic metabolites. It takes food about 24 to 72 hours, an average of about 36 hours, to pass through the colon before it's eliminated in bowel movement. So 24 to 72 hours is the amount of time your bacteria have to work on the food, break it down, and produce these postbiotic metabolites.
The next graphic really brought it home for me 20 years ago when you know, you guys went over to Japan and met with Dr. Ohhira and so forth. They ferment these probiotics, Dr. Ohhira's probiotics ferment in the gut, but they're first fermented.
Yes.
Right? I mean, that's, here you go.
So these are the 80-gallon fermentation vats in a sterile warehouse in southern Japan where they make Dr. Ohhira's probiotics. And so do the next little graphic here, Doug. There we go. So this is the original formula. To produce this Dr. Ohhira's probiotics original formula, 3-year fermentation process. They add a lot of different types of foods, Japanese fruits and vegetables, mushrooms and seaweeds to those fermentation vats, along with 13 starter strains of bacteria. And then the bacteria work on the foods in those vats for 3 years.
And Ross, when I think about people walking into a health food store and buying lyophilized, freeze-dried, there's some good probiotics out there. I concur with that. But folks, before you take this, it has been fermented, and I happen to know that there's like Canon D, Paco Bell playing in the background, soft music in this sterile warehouse. I mean, they love these little bacteria because they contribute so much to our good health. No other probiotic is like that.
And so after 3 years of fermentation, Doug, there's over 500 of these postbiotic metabolites in the final product.
It's and this graphic that we opened with, what's it like as a scientist, well-published scientist, to be with a company for almost 25 years and kind of spearhead their scientific division, and here they are now Regactive, this new probiotic. Dr. Ohhira's, it's got to be wonderful.
It's really a tremendous honor to be working with Essential Formulas and to be a forefront of 2 different revolutions in healthcare: the gut microbiome with Dr. Ohhira's probiotics, and boosting glutathione levels with the Regactive formulas.
It's so impressive, folks, when you get to meet the owners of the company. Equally impressive when you get to meet the scientists behind. I know Dr. Pelton has published and published and published, not on probiotics generally, although he could have been 40 years ago. Dr. Ohhira's probiotic, it's different. Have you tried it? Man, Doug, I'm kind of used to my probiotic. Do me a favor, do Dr. Pelton a favor. For a month, switch to Dr. Ohhira's probiotics. Let it decide for itself if it works or not. I was a guy who took probiotics. I've known about this, antibiotic-induced gut dysbiosis, for years and years, so I started with yogurt and went on to, But when you really delve into this science, this is something very, very special.
This is special because it's the #1 product in the world for the direct delivery of the postbiotic metabolites. Those are the compounds that really regulate your health. So it's really a world of difference.
It's been on the market here in the U.S. for a quarter of a century, thanks to Essential Formulas. Thank you, Dr. Pelton. Good to see you again.
Good to be with you.
Thank you.